So, hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Know Real Estate Ecosystem. I'm your host Anisha Bhatnagar, and today's episode is all about transformation, the courage to take risk, and the power of building your very own path. Our guest today is Erica Schipani. She is newly licensed residential agent, but that's truly just the beginning of her incredible, inspiring story. For 6 years, she worked diligently behind the scenes in commercial real estate and hard money lending. But rather than settling into a comfort routine, decided to step into the spotlight and create something truly for herself. She is not just selling homes, she is actively rewriting her own script, demonstrating what's possible when you bet on yourself. Erica, thank you so much for joining us. We are thrilled to have you here.
Thanks so much, Anisha. I'm really excited to be here and share my journey.
That's wonderful. Erica, so let's dive right into the heart of the story and talk about the switch that you took from a commercial real estate administration to now being a frontline residential sales agent.
So the moment I knew it was time for a change was actually during my yearly review with my boss. I was told my ideal salary wasn't possible there. So I genuinely felt stuck and stunted in my personal growth and cognitive as well. And I was no longer surrounded by colleagues that were inspiring, where I was learning every day. So it felt like I was on a hamster wheel all week from Monday to Friday. And I just wanted more out of my career and my life. So I prepared myself by constantly reminding myself that I was losing money with each day that I was staying there. And then I knew the risk would absolutely be worth it. So I actually took a real estate salesperson course in the summer. It was 9 weeks to obtain my license before I officially made the switch. I didn't want to jump ship without having something secured first.
It's clear you didn't take the leap blindly. You prepared yourself, you planned, and you took intentional steps forward. That kind of a clarity is something so many professionals wrestle with, even today. And listening to you, I can tell that this wasn't just about a new job. It was about building something up on your own terms. Seeing that courage, I remember you mentioned that entrepreneurship runs in your family, especially through your dad. Can you share a bit about how his influence has shaped your mindset and how he has played a very important decision in the decision you took?
Absolutely. So my dad has always been my biggest inspiration. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, he didn't come from much growing up, but he always found a way to make something happen. So his grandfather loaned him a lump sum of money when he was 25 years old, and he opened up a coffee shop and he invested in real estate. And he still does to this day. And then he went on to open a pizzeria in Greenwich Village in New York City, which became a neighborhood staple for 21 years. So I've definitely inherited this mindset because any idea that I've had, I've attacked it with intent and passion, even if it amounted to nothing in the end. For example, back in 2022, I even launched a fashion mobile app called Outpin. And it was an outfit opinion app that helped you make consumer decisions in real time while you were shopping in the store.
Wow, that's incredible. A mobile app too. It's clear you are not afraid to try new things out. Even that entrepreneurial spirit, was the transition, the act of quitting and making that leap, was it all scary? And how did you manage to overcome your own fears and negative thought processes during that time?
So it was terrifying, actually. I cried for days after quitting, just thinking, what have I done? I was there for 6 years. It was such a pivotal time in my life. All my friends were working in the city. It was truly like an end of an era. So it felt like I had just completely jumped ship into the deep end of the unknown. So I overcame my thought process by constantly reminding myself that this is what I've wanted. And if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Also, with having the unwavering support of my family and my boyfriend was beyond helpful. I know most people don't have that type of support, and that is not lost on me by any means. I'm extremely grateful for it, and it's truly my biggest motivator.
That kind of honesty and reflection really speaks to your self-awareness, Erica. Not everyone is willing to admit how scary change can be, but you push through all of it with purpose, and that says a lot about your grit. And what's even more impressive is that you didn't just enter the real estate world, you brought a whole other layer of expertise with you by experimenting so many different profiles and working on so many different projects in your life. Now, I know you were not that involved in hard money lending, but for our listeners and viewers, including myself, who may not be that familiar with the terms and terminologies that goes inside real estate, could you just break that down of what hard money lending is and who is it actually for?
Yeah, sure. So hard money lending is essentially a short-term financing where a private lender offers a loan secured by the property that's being financed or improved for renovations. So it prioritizes the property's value and its potential over the borrower's credit worthiness, like it would with a conventional loan.
That's a very clear explanation for most of our viewers, but just for our audience who are very new to the real estate concept. So, hard money lending is directly related to real estate properties, right? And
Yes,
it is kind of a short term loan which is given by private lenders and investors, not traditional banks, right?
right. Yes.
So, following up on that, who is hard money actually for, and when should buyers or perhaps investors consider using it?
So hard money is ideal for investors who want short-term money in order to flip homes, or for developers because they're doing the same. They're renovating or building something. So buyers should consider it if they have specific plans to flip a property after they purchase or convert it into a multifamily dwelling.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that insight, Erica. And quickly explain it for our audience that what are flip properties and multifamily dwellings, just for our
Yeah,
listeners.
yeah, of course. So a flip would be buying a property at a lower price that
Mhm.
needs a full renovation. So you would gut the property out, do a full renovation, and then sell it at a higher price for profit.
Got it.
And you asked me, sorry, the multifamily dwelling. So
Yes.
multifamily is buy a single property and it has multiple units in it for either residential rental use, or you do mixed use as well. You could have a commercial property on, like, a store on the bottom and then have several apartments above it.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So hard money lending really gives investor and developers that flexibility to move quickly, especially when
Yeah.
times are sensitive, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes.
So, how can agents effectively help their clients creatively finance their deals when the more traditional routes might fall short?
So by understanding alternative financing options like hard money, agents can present more solutions to their clients. It's just about knowing different tools available beyond conventional mortgages and loans, and connecting clients with the right resources.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of resources, you have mentioned that you have personally invested in two properties where you are
Mhm.
earning passive returns. And that's not something a lot of young agents do right away. What motivated you to start into investing so early?
I actually began investing well before becoming a real estate agent in 2017 during my first job right out of college. I started setting money aside with intention because at the time I was still living home. So I had minimal expenses, I wasn't paying rent. And my dad, who had recently gotten involved in hard money lending, really encouraged me to take advantage of the opportunity to build my savings and invest. So I worked at that job for about a year and I saved diligently a significant amount of money that I put into a hard money loan. And that very first investment has consistently brought in a 9% return for me.
That's an incredible foresight. Was
Mhm.
there any fear before putting your own money into those deals, or did it feel like a natural next step?
So at first, I was definitely apprehensive. I had a million questions. I kept asking myself, where's this money going? How does it actually work? Yeah, who's this guy? And what happens if the deal falls apart? But after asking a lot of questions and doing my own research and it being explained to me a few times, I felt reassured. So I learned that hard money lending can actually be one of the most secure, consistent investment strategies because as the lender, you hold first lien on the property. meaning that if the deal goes south, you have the legal right to recover your investment through the sale of the asset.
Got it. That's a powerful reassurance for anyone considering it. True, a lot of agents focus so much on helping others buy and sell that they don't have that time to think about themselves and about their financial future. What would you say to someone who is there in their 20s or 30s who are actually thinking about investing and for the very first time?
If you have the ability to save and invest in real estate, do it. Because once you move out and you start managing your own bills, it becomes much harder. And before you know it, years fly by. So investing early gave me a level of financial freedom I wouldn't have achieved by just saving my money or stashing it away. And I just want to put a disclaimer, by no means I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my experience, but I would say don't fall into the trap of thinking your money is safest in a savings account. Of course, it's always good to have, a little safety and stuff stashed away, but virtually you're getting no return there and it's not growing. So instead, I would save with purpose and turn that money into something that's working for you.
Erica, I truly love how you bring an investor's mind to the residential side of the things. It's clear you have not just helping people buy homes, you are helping them make genuinely smart financing decisions. So following up on that, my next question will be, when emotions run high during a deal, how do you manage to stay objective and be a reliable source of support?
So I keep that balance by always acknowledging my client's stresses and then digging deeper so I can genuinely help them. It's always about empathy first and then problem solving.
That's a great approach. Has there ever been a moment of a particular client story that has stuck with you or reminded you why you made this significant career change?
Well, it's not much of a single story, but more of a stage of life that those clients were in. They were my very first rental clients, and they were a young couple with a baby on the way, moving from a new city. So I helped them make the move into Jersey City, start their growing family. And it's just moments like those that remind me why I made the switch to help people and families make one of the biggest investments in their lives and to be part of that significant milestone and hopefully more.
I wish you all the very best. And I believe that those are the moments really do put everything into perspective. You mentioned about your dad that he is a real estate investor, and now that you are also an agent yourself, beyond all the paperwork and the numbers, what do you truly believe makes a great real estate agent?
Understanding and being personable. Because anyone can learn sales skills, anyone can learn paperwork, but what truly sets you apart is being human and speaking to your clients as people, not a paycheck. I never come from a place of chasing a check. I always make sure my clients know that I'm an advisor before anything else. Actually, in my very first sale, it was my first listing, I almost gave up a percentage of my commission just to make the deal happen. I just always look at it like money comes and goes, but your reputation is everything in this business because you are your business.
That is a powerful philosophy, Erica. And on that note of being an advisor, buying home can bring up so much like fear, stress, and even identity shifts. How do you, as an agent, help your client balance that emotional side with logical thinking required for such a big purchase? And how do you help them stay grounded through all of that?
I keep that balance by directing them to stay within their limits. I approach them with understanding to first find out their true financial situation and then create a home search that genuinely reflects it. I keep them grounded by offering outside vendor services to accompany any issues that they're facing, such as connecting them with a loan consultant to assist with credit repair if that's needed, or a trusted inspector. It's about providing solutions and support at every turn.
So I would like to shift gears a bit. You are based in Hudson County, which is such a vibrant and dynamic market. For potential buyers or investors looking at the area, what neighborhood should they really be watching right now?
Absolutely. Hudson County is buzzing right now. So
Yeah.
we start with downtown Jersey City. And this is where you'll find all the luxury apartment buildings and thriving commercial space. There are so many new businesses popping up all the time, just in the past 2 months. And new coffee shops, bagel stores, and it's truly where the action is. And it's a great commuter hub as well. And then we have Journal Square. So this is rich in culture and transit, attracting tons of new development. They're always building new high-rise apartments there, which are a little more affordable than downtown. And it's nice because you're still right in the middle of all the action. And it's a great place for both affordable housing and multifamily development as well. And then we have the Heights, which is my personal favorite. And it's known for its incredible views of the city and being incredibly family friendly. It reminds me of like Prospect Park or Park Slope in Brooklyn, very similar to that. And it's a big growing area as well. And it's beautifully situated right on top of the Palisades. And then we have Bergen Lafayette, another area that is huge in development. And it's a gentrifying area with immense growth potential. And it features a mix of brownstones, pre-war apartment buildings, and converted industrial spaces.
That's a fantastic breakdown of different vibes altogether. Now, Erica, from your experience, what is a common mistake you see from out-of-town buyers when they are entering into the Hudson County market?
A very common mistake made by buyers is not getting pre-approved and not truly knowing their ideal monthly budget or what financial position they want to be in. They often fall in love with the property before understanding if it's truly feasible for them.
That's a crucial advice. And building upon that, if someone's completely new to Hudson County area, what single piece of advice would you like to give them when they are choosing a place to live in?
So if you're working with a realtor, make sure you are touring homes in all different neighborhoods to get a true feel for them. Don't just stick to one area, explore and see what resonates with you and your lifestyle. And one thing that I do with buyers is sometimes they'll send me a list of certain areas they want to be in, and sometimes the budget just doesn't match. So I go on Google Maps, I see the surrounding ones, and sometimes I find things that check off, all their must-haves, and that helps them just like shift and be open-minded.
Okay. And before we move into our fun segment, any local favorites that you would like to recommend in Hudson County, maybe for coffee, lunch, or dinner?
Definitely. So for coffee, it's hard to narrow it down. There's so many good places and there's always new ones. But lately, my go-to has been Daily Provisions. And for lunch or dinner, especially in the summer, I love Lobster Garage. It's a fantastic spot.
So, all right, Erica, time to loosen up a little bit with our real estate rapid fire round. I'm going to throw some questions to you, and I just want you to say the very first thing that comes in your mind. No overthinking, just gut reactions, okay?
I'm ready.
First deal, nerve-wracking or exciting?
Nerve-wracking.
Commercial or residential, which is more rewarding?
Residential.
Hard money lending, is it risky or strategic?
Strategic.
Okay, what's tougher, negotiating or managing client expectations?
Managing client expectations.
And closing day or offer accepted? Which feels better?
Offer accepted.
Favorite neighborhood to show in Hudson County?
The Heights.
One word that describes first-time buyers.
Hopeful.
One word for investors.
Position.
Instagram or LinkedIn? Which one do you prefer for business?
Instagram.
Morning showings or evening calls?
Mornings.
How do you decompress after a stressful day?
Exercise.
Real estate in one word?
Connection.
Working for someone or building your own empire?
Empire.
Erica, real estate vibe in 3 emojis. Okay, Erica, so that was fantastic. Thanks for playing along. And before we close out this incredibly insightful conversation, let's do a quick round of takeaways. Think of this as your final wisdom drop for our listeners. What is your success mantra that keeps you motivated, especially when facing challenges?
Do the uncomfortable versus the comfortable.
That's a powerful one. Now, what's one myth about real estate you would love to bust for our audience?
that all real estate agents are the same.
For anyone in our audience who feels stuck, perhaps contemplating a major career switch or life transitions, what one big piece of advice you would like to offer them and which can help them, in creating their own journey?
Make the move now. You will never have time, so make it. We only die once, but we live every day, and you have to make it matter. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it.
Awesome. So, Erica, this has been such a powerful conversation, not just about real estate, but truly about ownership in every sense of the word. Ownership of your career, your financial future, and your personal journey. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your invaluable insight with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Anisha. I truly enjoyed our conversation.
For our listeners who want to connect with you, learn more about your work, perhaps explore real estate in Hudson County, where can people find you online?
So you can find me on Instagram at eschipani.realtor. It will also be linked down below. And my agent website through Keller Williams, which will also be linked below.
Perfect. We'll make sure to include all those links and the details in the description in our show notes for easy access. And to all our listeners, if Erica's story has inspired you to think bigger about your journey, whether in real estate or any other aspects of your life, please make sure to subscribe to Let's Know Real Estate Ecosystem and leave us a review. Your feedback truly helps us grow and bring more incredible stories like Erica's to you. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep talking about real estate. If you have any further questions for Erica after listening, please feel free to get in touch with her by clicking on the shared links which are described in the link below.